Hello everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome back to another episode of OrgelCraft. Hope you guys are having a great day today. We are finally back to regular weekly videos and much more manageable projects here on OrgelCraft, and I am very excited for that now that the bulk of our large building is finished. Now we can work on smaller things, detail projects. Today we have a lot of infrastructure work to do. However, we need to have a little chat here at the beginning of this episode, and I had this chat on stream, but if you missed that, you need to hear this. So I have a little public safety, yeah, sure, public safety announcement. Just a reminder for all of you who have Minecraft worlds, single-player worlds. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you something that's going to look very different from the end of the last episode. Look at that! The end's back to normal! Here's your PSA. Back up your worlds. Seriously, pause this video right now, go back up your world. Unless you know, are actually good about doing that, go do it right now. Did you back up your world? Okay, good. When I put the better end mod in place, I fully expected there to potentially be some problems. There were. By the way, finished the third engine on stream, and so now we have all of those looking the same, and very happy about that. I've also cleaned up my shulker monster here, which we actually need to go deal with right now while I'm continuing to talk to you. I can't get up. Why am I stuck? I should probably... I think these blocks are the blocks that go here. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Good. Yes, so I was prepared for the possibility that adding the better end mod to this world would cause problems, and boy, oh boy, did it. I actually completely broke the world. Not in the way that you might think. So I have some different worlds that I play on, and I don't use all the same mods, and I didn't want the better end mod on one of the other worlds, so I took it out. Well, when I loaded this world up with the better end mod removed, I suddenly found myself dropped at 0-0 in the overworld, which was very interesting, seeing as how I was in the end the last time. So I was like, okay, this is weird, but, you know, sometimes things happen. So I went over to pop into another portal so that I could get back here, and I didn't go anywhere. And that was when I realized there was a problem. So I reset the game, jumped back in, same problem. I went to the end portal, wasn't going anywhere. And at that point, I realized the world was broken. But, as I said, I had made a backup, and so was able to completely restore this, didn't lose any progress. But yes, that is why I say always make backups, especially if you are playing with mods. I need this box. So, anyway, that's my little service announcement, public service announcement, not public safety announcement. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so, projects for the episode today. I've got a whole bunch of them. And yeah, we're gonna get some stuff done. We're gonna get some farms in here that are going to be very, very helpful as we go forward. One of them involves that mess up there. We'll deal with that in a little bit. I want to first, though, I want to grab some of these Froglights, which I don't have very many, which is kind of unfortunate. Then I also want to, let's do this, and that's not going to go very far at all. Tell you what, let's just do all of it. because this isn't going to go very far, but that's okay, because one of the things that we are doing is we are going to be putting an iron farm here in the end, and I've got a stack. Let's just put those in there, and we'll go with that. Okay, I need to get out of here. So I have my little hole in the roof. Okay, so what I want to start doing, let's pick a nice small area that we can work in. So let's maybe take this little tier right down here. And I want to, so one of the things I'm going to start doing in every episode is we're going to do a little bit of time doing some kind of detail work on the exterior, and I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but we'll do something so that you know, we start detailing all of this. What I want to start working on first of all is dealing with our torch spam issue. So I think what I want to do is, and I'm trying to decide the best way to do this. So let's do this in my offhand. So I'm trying to figure out how many of these we would want. But what I basically want to do is something like this, where we just have a panel of lights and then cover it with iron trap doors. Obviously, this is going to be for the vertical surfaces. We'll have to figure, or for the horizontal surfaces, which I guess we'll need to figure out something for the vertical surfaces, but things don't spawn on vertical surfaces, so we're probably okay. What we do need to figure out is how far this little bit of lamps is going to throw light, because I want to, you know, we want to make sure that we have good coverage, but I also don't want to go too crazy with this. So let's just break a few torches here. All right, so that has us going to there. So if we come up maybe 2 tiers, and then, let's see, where did we build this? So this is 2 in, and then it's, so this is 6 wide. Oh, look, Enderman spawning. Wonderful. If we come up here, and I guess there doesn't have to be, I guess, like, it doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. I might want to go symmetrical from side to side, but we want to make sure that we're getting decent coverage. So maybe, well, let's go. And then the question is 3 a good number? Yeah, I think 3 is a good number. Let's see, and I did this up here. I think that I maybe want to switch this. And what we could do is we could do it every other. Yeah, let's take this out. And then let's go here and I don't know, we'll just pick a random spot. Let's go right here. And then trapdoors. Okay, and we have obviously something we're going to need to cover here, but we'll deal with that. But let's do... So let me see if I can cover the rest of this area, and then I'll bring you guys back when we've got it all lit up. And as we fly on in, I don't see any Enderman spawning, so that looks pretty good. So what I basically did was I picked a level to work on, and then I just went until I hit some you know, light level 0 stuff, and then I put it in another bank of lights, and then just continued that, and then I dropped down 2 of the layers from there, and repeated the process. And then up here on the front, I just had a little bit that I didn't reach, and so since this isn't a level that I was doing them on, I just plopped one there, and I think that looks fine. So I think this looks good. It gets our thing lit. It adds some texture, both in terms of, you know, a little bit of a different color, a little bit of a different, you know, look for that, and it gives us a little bit of depth and dimension to it. So then I do just need to work a few back here. So let's go ahead and first of all turn that back on so I make sure I have all of my spaces covered. And then let's just do one more right here. And then we should be good to go. Okay, so that's got one side of this level done and looking good. And I've used just over half a stack. I think I had a few more, so I could do this on the other side. I think what I'm going to do... Actually, we are almost out of these. I like using these, what is this, the pearlescent froglights. I kind of like the little bit of purple under there. I think it's a nice color. I think it works well with the gray. I'm very close to being out of these froglights, so I think before I do any more work on this, I want to head over to the froglight farm, and we actually have a little bit of work that needs to be done there. So let me grab some materials, and I will meet you over there. Welcome back to the Froglight farm. If you're curious as to where this came from and can't figure out why there's no episode, this was actually built, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, this was built between Seasons 2 and Season 3 on a live stream. So we have this farm set up here in a basalt delta, and I just am able to come up here and carefully bullseye the magma cubes, which don't hurt our little frogs. But then they are able to, I'm going to wait to take a shot at that one. That one I'm not able to get a shot at. Yeah, but then they will dispatch our little magma cubes, and then whenever I am ready to collect, I just come down to this lower level, deal with all of the ones who are left, and then pick up the froglights. However, this is a little bit of an inefficient system because I have no collection system underneath. And so the first thing that I want to do is not kill any of my frogs, that's for sure. Yeah, so I've got some stuff together so that I can build a collection system underneath this farm so that I can just stand on that upper platform and bullseye magma cubes to my heart's content, and then just pick up the stuff when I am done. So that is what I'm going to work on here after I get all of these cleared out. Yeah. And then we will head back to the end. Welcome back, everyone. So I have the lower couple of tiers on both sides done. And it is looking good. It is looking much less torched. Sort of. I mean, I'm trying not to, extrapolate this out and see and think just how much work has to go into this, but I'm liking it. I realized, though, far too late that I'm going to be doing other kind of texturing and building things up, so some of those might get replaced, but cross that bridge when we come to it. Right now, I just want to get rid of the torch spam. I am going to have to think about how I want to do that on the bottom, because obviously we don't need to light up the underside of the Star Destroyer, but we do have to have the inside lit, so I don't know what exactly I want to do down here. Not dealing with that right now. We have some other details that are going to be done down there, so yeah, so we will deal with that in the future. So, moving on with projects for today. I mentioned that one of them involved this. I honestly cannot remember what I have talked about in previous clips. So, I know I said we were going to do 2 farms. Well, one of the farms that we are going to do, if I can get up here, which I probably can't. Look at that. So the first farm that we are going to do is a concrete converter. So, I built this little system on the fly just to set up lots of concrete so that I could tear it down. But this is really not efficient. So I remembered that Tango and Impulse built a concrete converter in one of the previous seasons of Hermitcraft. And Tango built one this season, Season 9, which is an improvement on the previous version. But he hasn't done a tutorial on those, so what I did was I downloaded the map of Season 7, which was where they first did their concrete converter, and took a schematic of it, and then we are going to be able to build that in here. So I think that what I want to do is I think that I'm going to do both farms that I'm working on. I do need a decent amount of space, so I think that I'm going to put them back here. Where I have some room, and these are going to kind of be like reactor chambers. Think of like in the original Star Wars where Obi-Wan had to disable the tractor beams for the Death Star. Something like that. A big chamber, you know, with maybe some walkways going across in places, just depending on what the design ends up looking like. It's going to be fine for the concrete farm. The other farm I am slightly concerned about because, well, it's a village breeder and iron farm. I have gone through a ton of iron so far, and so I want to be having a source of that going in the background. I'm just a little bit concerned that if I put it too far away, it's not going to be running all the time when we're working in here. And I have my simulation distance cranked up to, let's see here. I have it up to 25 chunks, so it is a decent ways away. I guess, you know what we could do is we could change our video settings. So we could bring our video settings down to the same distance as our simulation distance, and then if we come over here and land on the main platform, because we are going to be doing a lot of work in the hangar area. Do we load the back? We do. Okay, perfect. All right, so that's good. So then I'm assuming that I haven't tested it. I guess worst case scenario, we can move it. But I want to make sure that I leave enough room because I don't want golems spawning on the superstructure. So yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm going to clear out a space and get the concrete converter built, and I will bring you guys back when that's done. Welcome back, everyone. So I have the concrete converter built, and I should be pretty close to our first test run. And if you look down in the lower right, when you see that redstone light up, we should be good to go for our TNT being launched. Every so often this glitches out just a little bit. But as you can see, it's very fast going through here. Does have occasional issues, but not too bad. This is much faster than the little converter that I had come up with. Yep, and this should be it, hopefully. Yes! Yay, it worked! I was very concerned that that was going to blow up atop and make a mess. But yeah, so there we go. So I have all my resources in here, but let's see here. So yeah, that's all still coming in. Yeah, but look at that. I think we have, let's see, so 52, 16. and well over a stack there from 1 TNT. And then these blocks, not too big a deal. If they don't fall, they'll just get blasted on a subsequent blast. So I can take this little pillar here down, maybe, and we'll convert all of that later. But now we have a very quick and efficient concrete converter. And, of course, coming from Tango, we do not use TNT duping. We use real TNT. So I got plenty in there, and now I will be able to quickly and efficiently convert concrete. So that is that farm done. I'm just going to leave this here for now because I don't really need it. And that's actual concrete. That was for this chamber down here. We will deal with the aesthetics of this at a later date. So for now, we are going to move on from this project. And over on the other side here, tucked right opposite that, we are going to build Impulse's villager breeder / iron farm. I'm kind of toying with the idea that I'd like to have some villager trading here. I really think I'd like to maybe have clerics to be able to have access to lapis and redstone. Although, in searching for some materials for these projects, I discovered stacks and stacks of lapis ore, so probably okay on that front. Yeah, so I'm going to get the farm built up, and then it's time for everyone's favorite thing in Minecraft. Villager transfer, yay, ooh. Time to build. Welcome back, everyone. The iron farm / villager breeder is built. It was incredibly nerve-wracking placing this because placing beds in the end, very, very dangerous. But everything is built up there. Now, right now, because I don't want to be just breeding villagers because I don't have any place to put them, I have disabled that part by removing the beds that are going to go on those little platforms there. But I have them down below here, which I am not going to be able to get to. I need to extend this floor. But yeah, I have them in here so that I can get them when it is time to do that. So, yeah. The next challenge, of course, is getting the villagers over here. So, step 1, build rail lines. I'm really glad that I left these because this will actually make it quite convenient to be able to move the villagers. Step 2, find... That's not the change that thing. That's what I want. Step 2, find villagers. I think that there is a village over by the map district. Although those villagers might be no more, we should find out. But at least it's relatively close. And then step whatever comes after the step I said with the villagers, get a zombie. So, I got some work to do. I'll see you in a little bit. Villager number 1 is en route to his new home. This is the all-important villager because this is the one that I need to pick up the profession of farmer so that he will actually farm crops to be able to make the breeder work. But I think that we should be all set here. And then let's just put that there so that he has no choice but to drop down. And of course he's going to break the crops, but I can live with that. So, yes, okay, farmer. He is a farmer. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to swoop in here, grab that, and of course, I don't have a hoe on me, and I didn't get a carrot back from that, so that's interesting. Whatever. We'll deal with that later. Okay, 1 successfully acquired. So now I just need to move this setup over a little bit so that I can drop the next 3 into there. All 4 of our villagers are now in place. I'm realizing that I actually need to pop over here and stick something on these little platforms so that golems do not spawn there. Getting over to the other side is going to be a challenge. There we go. Okay, I have the rail all set up. Just gotta go get a zombie. Well, this by far turned out to be the easiest part of the process. I also managed to come in clutch with the timing. I had to go turn off the mob switch so that I could actually get a zombie to spawn. I had 2 minutes when I got back to the platform to lure a zombie up, and the sun was just starting to come up as I was luring him into the ship. He dropped right into the portal, and then, yeah, was able to snag him off the end. And then, let's see, I think, what are the odds that I could flip this trapdoor up? Yes. Then what are the odds that I can hit the... Yeah, that's going to be the real challenge. Actually, I think I can do this. And then hopefully we can tap the corner, flip that down, and we can break all of these blocks. Of course, he's all interested in me at the moment, but will not be for much longer. And then we'll just take this down. And there it is! We already have an iron golem. The farm works! Yay! Oh, that's so cool. Great, so our zombie is in, our villagers are there, and we are producing our very first iron. Awesome. Sweet! Well, 2 successful projects. 3 successful projects. We got the Froglight farm going a little bit better. I do need to see if I can find some powdered snow. We got the concrete blaster. We got the iron farm and villager breeder. We did some lighting of the exterior. There's really only one more thing that I want to do for this episode, and that is to put a nameplate on our Star Destroyer. I feel like it needs a nice way to be identified, and this tucked in perfectly right there. I had originally thought that I would put it along the edge, and then I realized that I would need to do it at a diagonal, and decided I didn't want to do that. So there we have it. And I definitely didn't do this twice. On the ridiculous time crunch that I'm in to get this finished, yeah, I built it and then realized it wasn't exactly where I needed it to be, so I moved the entire thing. But guys, that is going to do it for this episode. Very happy with the progress that we have made. I got to use my brand new concrete farm to get all of the cyan concrete that we needed for the nameplate there. And yeah, so we've got some good stuff here. As I was building the rail line for transporting our villagers, I was thinking about we probably want to have some kind of transportation system like this that runs throughout the Star Destroyer. So that might be some infrastructure that we do in a future episode where we basically build little tunnels that will have some rail lines set up for us. I don't see any iron golems. That makes me slightly concerned. But anyway, that is where we are... Oh, there he goes. That is where we are going to end this episode today. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.